Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we shall be learning how to check if a string is a valid URL in JavaScript. So we're going to be learning how to check if a string is a valid URL in JavaScript. Let's dive right in.
Hey everyone, so today we want to check if a string is a valid HTTP URL using JavaScript. So let's just use gsfudo.net as our playground so that we can get things done pretty fast. Okay, so let's check if a user provided string is a valid HTTP URL. In a lot of times in your application, you want to do that. You want to validate a string to check if it's a URL, an HTTP URL or not. So let's write some functions. So let's do const check validity. Okay, and let's provide a string. Okay, and let's create a binding, call it URL, and we're going to make use of the URL constructor. The URL constructor creates a new URL object, right? Using makes use of the web API, right? So let's do URL equals to new URL. So passing the string argument into it. Okay, and then we're going to do catch. Okay, we're going to catch some error. So in case there's an error, we're going to let's throw new error, and let's say a valid what am I writing, a valid URL must have a scheme. Yeah, you know, a valid URL must have a scheme. Okay, so otherwise if it works, let's just return something called url.protocol. So it gives us the protocol, right? If we return it this way, it's going to give us it's going to show to us whether it's an HTTP or uh, a HTTPS address. But we want to do something, we want it to return either a true or a false. So we're going to check if url.protocol is equals to HTTPS or url.protocol is equals to HTTP. Okay, so protocol is one of the URL object. There's protocol, there's path name, there's host. So we want to check for the protocol because we're checking if a string is a valid HTTP URL. So since it returns the protocol either true or false, we'll come here, we'll write another function that says is valid. It's valid function. And then let's do const URL. Let it be equals to uh, maybe https my name.com, whatever URL you want to check for. Okay, and what we'll do now is we'll check validity, a function over here. If check validity, yeah, if check validity, we're going to pass in this URL as the argument is equals to true. We want to say console log or console.info, whatever kind of console you want to make use of. We can do the provided string is a valid URL. Okay, otherwise we want to do console.log. This string is not a valid HTTP or HTTPS URL. So let's call a function. Here is valid. So you can always replace the URL here with whatever parameters. Let's test it out with this and let's see what we get. Let's go to our console. Okay, let's drag our console up a little. Okay, so let's run it. The provided string is a valid URL. So https myname.com is a valid URL. What if I have something HTTP? You know it's not valid. So let's check. Let's clear the console and let's check. It says this string is not a valid URL. Maybe a console.1 will be better. Yep, console.1. Okay, this string is not a valid HTTP or HTTPS URL. So that's it. You can easily check whether a string is a valid HTTP URL inside your application. Thank you for watching.